Woo! What up, Laker family? It's your boy DTLF back with another post-game recap. Yo! Oh my goodness, D'Angelo Russell, man. Austin Reeves, Jared Vanderbilt. Oh my God, Dennis been closing for us. Oh man, I love it, man. I love this team, y'all. I love this team. Let's go, Lakers. Let's go. This is the best we've been all season since the season started. One game below 500 at 33-34. Oh my goodness, we got some killers finally, man. What did I tell y'all before the trade deadline? We were lacking some killers, man. Listen, AD did not have a good offensive game tonight, but he did the right things defensively, and he did what he could because, man, I'll tell you, man, this team is so deep that even when AD only has 8 points, we beat the Toronto Raptors by double digits. And we survived the disgustingly ugly third quarter, okay? Disgustingly ugly. But my goodness, man, what I tell y'all, boy, did we miss D'Angelo Russell. This mother, he's such a beast, man. D'Lo is him. We've been waiting on a guard like this for years, and who would have known it was the one we drafted ourselves. He's the real deal. He got ice in his veins. He's meant to be a Laker. He learned from the GOAT, Kobe Bryant. He learned from one of the GOATs, not really my GOAT, but, one of them shooting GOATs in Curry. And this is what great players do. They take from their veterans, and they just get better. This man was a sniper tonight, and he kept hitting big shot after big shot. That's what he's capable of, man. He's been doing it since his rookie season. Talk about depth, though. Big play after big play, man. Jared Vanderbilt came up with some big steals. He was phenomenal all night. Austin Reeves, man, off the bench. He comes in, what happens? The dynamic of the team changes. He really needs to start, and we're ready to have that conversation. But my goodness, man, what an exciting game. Such an exciting game. Go Lakers. Yes, thank you. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness. And we're moving on up. We're moving on up in the standings. That's the beautiful part, man. Not only we making ground, but we're starting to create separation from the lower seats, and we're catching up. We're right on the heels of the Flippers and of the Timberwolves. So, wow, Purple and Gold. Appreciate you, man. Ice. Yes. Ice in his veins. He's cold-blooded. And by the way, man, credit to the whole team because, again, they all stepped up. Anthony Davis only had 8 points and 8 rebounds, but he had some big blocks. D'Angelo Russell, 28 points in his return with 9 assists. The boy is tailor-made for the Lakers, man. Jared Vanderbilt, 16 points. Most of those came in the first half, but he was phenomenal as well. 23 for Dennis off the bench, deepest bench in the league by far. 18 for Dennis Schroeder versus an elite team, man. It votes well. It shows us how deep we are because they clamped us up in the third quarter. Give them credit. They made adjustments, the Raptors did, and they clamped us up. They went on a 19-2 run, and we still overcame that. We overcame 2 big deficits, one in the first quarter and one in the third, which tells me what? What does it tell me, Laker family? We need to start Austin Reeves. It's about that time because, let's be honest, Malik Beasley's inconsistent. He'd be better suited off the bench, man. No hate against him. I still believe in him, but we got to get off to quicker starts. And I think D'Lo Reeves backcourt is disgusting, man. I truly do. Is it just me or teams win better than one-man shows? Yeah, of course team is way better, man. Of course. And we didn't have this depth before the trade deadline, but we got it now, baby. We got it now. We better feel damn good about that shit too, because I'm telling you, this team can go really deep if they're healthy, man. Really deep if they're healthy. So I'm feeling good, man. I'm waving the Laker flag today. It's a huge victory, man. We made ground. The Blazers lost, the Timberwolves lost, and the Lakers won. Holy Trinity, man. Holy Trilogy. I mean, my bad. But wow. Just wow. He said Reeves sparked the comeback. D'Lo finished it. They need to be the backcourt of the future. I'm telling you right now. We get off to better starts if those guys were starting. Look, in the first quarter, we got off to a slow start. Reeves comes off the bench. We take the lead. Even though D'Angelo was spectacular throughout the game. In the third quarter, same thing. Once Austin Reeves guy came off the bench, everything changes. He said, big win on an off night for AD. Glad we got help. Doesn't it feel great that your superstar can have an off night and we still have a major victory because we got some real killers? Austin Reeves, D'Lo are cold-blooded, and that needs to be the backcourt of the future. Listen, since the trade went down, I told you guys that would be my backcourt. I stick by it, man. I love D'Angelo Russell, always have, and I'm so happy we got him back. My boy said D'Lo and Reeves start the reloading combo. I like that. I like that, man. I'm telling y'all, this team's so fun to watch. They signed all of them back, man. We bring everybody back. Malik Beasley, the jury's still out. I'm not sure if he's worth 16 mil, but everybody else, you bring him back. Braden said D'Lo favorite piece out of the entire young core, man. I love them all. I love Reeves. I love D'Lo. I thought Rui Hachimura was phenomenal. Off the bench, he was spectacular today. I mean, this dude, man, I'm telling you, we got some real depth. Shout out to Rapalenka. He gave us a future in one trade deadline. How many GMs, can do that, baby? A future in one trade deadline. 16 points for Hachimura off the bench, 18 for Reeves off the bench, 23 for Shooter. Well, I've always told you guys he thrives off the bench a lot better because his turnovers aren't as microscope, right, when he's coming off the bench. But I love the trade, man. Talk about a steal trade. This is the best trade since the Pau Gasol trade. Not better than the Pau Gasol trade, but since that trade, this is the best one, baby. Best one. Deepest bench in the league. I'm telling y'all. Properly goes to AD not forcing, draw double team, found the open man. I love that. That's called unselfishness, player. That's how you know superstars want to win. Westbrook should take notes because let's be real. When superstars want to win, they sacrifice stats and they're still happy. You see AD smiling. You see him celebrating with his teammates. That's a real superstar right there, man. Not no stat patter. And yeah, he had an off night, but guess what? Like you said, he was feeding and finding teammates. Didn't force it. Credit to the Toronto Raptors, man. They tested us. But guess what, baby? All year long, the Lakers have been battle-tested, coming back from huge deficits, including one in the first quarter for 15 points and one in the third quarter off of a 19-2 run they went on. Credit to Nick Nurse, man. Nick Nurse made huge adjustments at the half, but the Lakers were just too talented. They were just too good. They were just too relentless. They were not going to be – listen, this Laker team is not going to be held back, man, by nobody. Not even injuries, baby. Not even injuries stand a chance. Think about that. When's the last time we could say that, y'all? Not even freaking injuries can slow down the Lakers, man. This team is the real deal. I've been telling you guys, nobody wants to see us. My boy Gabe, thanks for the cash app. He said, we are nasty. Great team win. How fun is it, though, man? I was almost in tears of joy watching them take turns on these Raptors and their amazing defense. Just take turns, man. He said, D'Lo ice in his veins and the bench mob is back, baby. Imagine how great LeBron feels, man. He's over there icing his foot, playing video games at home, tuning into these games and figuring out that his team is finding ways to win without him. That's why when the injury happens, I said, this could be really bad or really good if the team figures out how to win without him. And we have the depth to at least hold our head above water. People, again, keep giving up on the season, but I keep telling them it's not over till it's over, man. And guess what? Not only is it not over, but everybody, man. Listen, ESPN's starting to put some damn respect on our name. Fox is starting to put some damn respect on our name. Even Skip Bayless, who's usually a hater, especially a LeBron hater, starting to put some damn respect on our name. So everybody's afraid, man. They hear the footsteps. We coming, baby. Number 18 is in our sight officially. And we're coming slowly but surely. It's all about health now. That's all it is. That is all it is because we've been battling that from the get. Saban said, I haven't felt this good about the Lakers team since 2010 group. Honestly, wow, that's a long time. Not even 2020. He said, this group looks like they got what it takes and for years to come. Again, Rob Pelinka, executive of the year. It's not even close at this point. If he doesn't get it, it's just more proof of the hater rate that the media has on the Lakers. Seriously, Rob Pelinka is the GM of the decade after this damn trade, man. Seriously. He said, let's freaking go. Let's get real damn greedy. Yes, sir. No more vampires in the locker room. The pitchforks came out and we chased that vampire away. And now you see the fruits of our labor. We are now 8 out of 11 since the trade deadline. This is the best run all year. And it didn't even take time for us to gel, right? My boy Noel said, what a game by D'Lo. We really got that dude and 2 other great pieces for 1 protected pick and the vampire. He said, shout out to Rob, man. Be good, Dan. Thank you, brother. Yes, absolutely. Steal. I'm telling you guys, since the Pau Gasol trade at the trade deadline, this has been the second best trade since the Pau Gasol trade. And I didn't expect it, neither did you guys, but I was hoping for it. And what a pleasant surprise by the Rob father, all right? He earned his name back. He went from Robbie P. Jr. the past couple of trade deadlines to the Rob father, and now he's solidified. Nothing can dethrone him. We'll now learn to be very patient with this man because he doesn't make trades just to make them. We thought he was bullshitting us, and guess what? He turned around, snapped his fingers, and like a genie, our 3 wishes were fulfilled. Wish number 1 was D'Angelo Russell. Wish number 2 was Jared Vanderbilt. And wish number 3 was to get Russell Westbrook the heck off the team, yo. So just like that, he fixed the problems by the snap of the 3 wishes, man. He is our genie. He is the Rob father, the real deal, man. My boy said bench and defense was crucial. Any other team with that many turnovers would have lost 1,000%. Absolutely. And again, we are battle tested. We're ready for the postseason, right? If the postseason started tomorrow, I feel good about our team, even though we still don't have LeBron. At least to get us past the first round because we are battle tested. We continue to learn how to win. We got some real killers. We were lacking those when it was just LeBron and AD, right? We were lacking more role player killers. Now we got them, guys. Now we got it. And can we say we finally have a big three? Because let's be real, D'Angelo Russell is him. He's already contributed to 3 of our wins out of the first 4 games he's played in. He's had phenomenal games all the way around. He's been great, and this was his best one yet, man. He saved the best for the comeback, baby. You know, what's that saying they say? I forgot what it's called, man. But this was a definite comeback game for D'Angelo, man. The crowd is embracing him. It feels like playoffs, man. I'm getting butterflies just talking and thinking about it, and I cannot wait for the next game. I'm afraid of no one, baby. You know, the Lord is our shepherd. We are afraid of nobody in this very moment. Saban said all Beasley can do is shoot himself out of a slump. That's true. But my only concern with him starting is that his handles are questionable. At times he gets ripped, especially going up against great defenses. And you know, those can be costly turnovers. That's why he's not finishing the games like he's starting them. However, Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, cold-blooded. I trust them with the ball in their hands, both of them. They're actually very solid defenders. So is D'Angelo, and Reeves is one of the best defenders in the league. To start with Vando, that would be my starting lineup. But I'm not mad at Reeves coming off the bench for now because he's providing such a spark plug. But I'm just saying, if he starts, man, it is well-deserved. Seriously. I've been calling for this kid to start since his rookie season, and now you see why, because he's a true killer, man, and he's efficient. He does everything. When we struggled to score, guess who was the one drawing fouls getting to the free throw line? Austin Reeves was. When we were turning the ball over, guess where the ball is secured 90% of the time? Austin Reeves' hands. And then D'Angelo came in beautifully and just those transition threes, man. Steph Curry style, to be honest with you. But we really know that he learned that killer mama mentality from Kobe himself, man. And so I just love it, man, because he's one of our own. We drafted him. You know, we basically groomed him, and he's been groomed on different teams. And he's like a mega man. He just absorbed different power from different players, learned the nuances of being a point guard in this league, and now you see how elite he was going to be the whole time. This is his destiny, guys. Let's sign him. Let's sign this kid. 20 mil plus. I told you guys at the half. That's what I would pay for this kid. LeBron tweeted, man, I love this. I'm telling you, bro. LeBron is in heaven right now. He's in basketball heaven. This might be the most talented team he's played on since the 2020 bubble team. Matter of fact, this might be the most talented team he's played on since the Miami Heatles, if I'm being quite frank with you. So, yeah, man, the future for this team is bright, and we can only go up from here. Mind you, we still have a first-round pick this year. Mind you, we're probably going to bring everybody back, and we're probably going to be a lot healthier next season because, like I said, LeBron could take nights off. So could AD. Only 8 points tonight. We still get this victory, man. We're still on the way to the top, baby. On the way to the top. He said, Dan, please give Beasley a chance. I feel we need him. I like him, but I feel like he's not starter material right now because he's not efficient enough. And as you can tell, we got off to a slow start in the first quarter and in the third. I'm looking at, the shooting. I'm looking at the playmaking, the turnovers. And just like Dennis, I feel like he'll be so much more lethal off the bench as a sniper and somebody who can get buckets off the bench. And there's a lot of pressure when you're going up against starters in the NBA, right? Especially great defenders like OG Anunoby. But you know who doesn't feel that pressure? Austin Reeves. This is why I'm starting. This is the sole reason. I'd rather get off the quick starts than to be trailing and over-exasperated and trying to come back. It won't always work. Tonight, the magic is flowing, and this team is resilient. But we don't want to have to play from behind always because that's how you risk injury. Now you're doing the extra things, right? Instead of playing with a comfortable lead. So, but I'm very happy, man. A win is a win, and this one was very special, man. But they've been special since we made the trade deadline. It's been truly an honor and a pleasure. We always knew we were about a one or a couple pieces away. We got those couple of pieces, guys. We got those damn couple of pieces, and it feels damn good. Good win. Great win, baby. Great win. Johnny said, even with AD struggles, his gravity as a player really controls the tempo of the game, provides open looks, makes teammates better, good passer, unselfish. That's the true mark of a superstar. The best of the best can struggle and have off nights. Even the great Kobe Bryant had off nights. But when they did the other little things. They made great passes. They rebounded. They defended extremely well. That is the mark of a true beast in this game that we love to call basketball. Because I'm telling you right now, nobody here in Los Angeles cares about triple doubles. We care about wins. So who here is gonna have the audacity to try to critique AD for not having more than 10 points? Only idiots. You're only idiots because we got this win in part because of his hustle, because of him, manning the paint, because of him doing the dirty work. And like you said, he didn't have it going offensively, but he had a tough bucket down the stretch to ice things and put it away. So he's not afraid even when he struggles. we got some killers on this team, baby. Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell. Dennis has earned the mark of killer because even though he's sloppy throughout the game, he tends to tighten up as the game becomes on the line, right? Like he turned the ball over, he made up for it by getting a steal. He's doing much better things down the stretch of games. So he's earned the mark of killer. That's 4. LeBron when he's on 5. So we got about 5 to 6 killers on this team, man. That's very dangerous for anybody in a 7-game series. Murray said, I know you love Kyrie, but forget him. I want Reeves to stay a Laker for as long as possible. I'm glad that Rob didn't trade him, bro. I am too. Listen, this whole Kyrie thing was before we acquired all these pieces. We didn't think this was possible. Obviously, I want to keep this team over Kyrie now. If I have to make the choice, I'm keeping this team, right? D'Angelo's younger anyways. Austin Reeves is phenomenal. So shout out to Rob because he stayed disciplined. I've already given him his flowers, Maurice. But again, you're talking past tense. I wanted Kyrie before I thought this was even possible of getting these great pieces for a top 4 protected pick in a vampire. Now, ain't nobody calling for Kyrie because we got the pieces we needed and we got more than what we thought we could get. So you're comparing apples to oranges, bro. The Kyrie was obviously before I thought we could get all this crazy, amazing depth. Now nobody's calling his name. If he somehow lands here, cool. But I much prefer the depth for sure. I'm not sacrificing this depth for another star player. This is what we wanted anyways. This was been the blueprint, man. He said, imagine Westbrook shooting 5 of 8 from 3 like D'Lo. He can't. And if he did, it was a fluke. D'Lo does this in his sleep. He's been doing this his rookie year, man. Who remembers that summer league team that had Kuzma, D'Angelo Russell, Jordan Clarkson? It had all these great guys, and D'Lo was hitting game winners in summer league. I knew it then he was going to be special. That's why he was one of my favorites when he was a rookie and his second year as well. It was unfortunate the way things happened, but hey, he got a second chance to redeem himself. And boy, has he redeemed himself. Not just with the Lakers. He did it with the Nets. He did it with Golden State. He had great years there, a great year there. He did it with Minnesota. He had 2 great years there. That's what he is. He's a bucket getter. He's a floor spacer, a playmaker. Why do you think we drafted him number 2 overall? That's why, guys. And that's why I was excited when we drafted him in the first place. He said, the boy is back. D'Lo is cold. That's what he was born to be a Laker, man. Destiny would not let him go too far from the Lakers. He was away for a couple years, but he's back with a vengeance, baby. And I cannot wait to see him continuing, to kill because that's what he's going to do. That's what he's going to do. OG Anunoby chose the Lakers, of course, to turn his sliders up because he was hitting everything but great win. Only 1.5 games back from the 5th seed. And I believe we can get it, baby. I believe we can get it. Thanks so much for Super Chat. I think the Lakers are at the point where they feel as fearless as the fans feel now. I mean, did you see how the crowd was rocking at Staples? Even through the turnovers, even through the BS third quarter, they kept fighting back. They kept chipping away. I knew there was going to be a chance, man. You can't give up on this team ever. This team is just too good, too much depth, and they figured out a way. That's the most impressive part. They're getting all this experience from playing tough teams because make no mistake. The Raptors are a tough team. Forget about the record. They're a very tough team. You see all that wing depth? We struggled in that third. They put us in hell. Like I said, 19-2 runs, 90% of the NBA teams would have folded and called it a game, but not the Lakers, man. The Lakers remain resilient. They remain poised. They remain confident, and they remain with that killer mindset, and they closed out in that fourth quarter. That's why I tweeted out that it could have been a lot worse. The Lakers still had a chance to finish strong, and they did. In that fourth quarter. So very, very proud. He said, what do you think about Dennis D'Lo backcourt? To be honest with you, defensively, we're a bit undersized when we go up against big teams, but they really took advantage of their speed and their floor spacing ability, right? The speed of a Dennis and the floor spacing ability of D'Lo was on full display. So tonight I saw the vision that coach put out there, but I don't want it to start. If they mix it in there in the fourth quarter, cool, depending on the matchup, but I still prefer Reeves D'Lo, even though, like I said, I'm not mad at Dennis. He's been closing games for us. So much better off the bench. 23 points off the bench, and he played efficiently. All right, yes, he still had turnovers, still had bad passes, boneheaded plays, but what bench players don't, right? Starting, much higher expectations. You're expected to play at the level of a D'Angelo Russell when you start for the Los Angeles Lakers, not of a Dennis Schroeder who can show up one game, miss 3, right? But he's been a closer for us. I'll give Dennis props, man, because I've been hard on him in the past. He sucked the first stint. The first time he came around. Part of that could have been coaching, but we have to give Darvin Ham credit here, okay? Because we are very hard on him. Even I call him Darvin Scam in the first quarter. When they went on the run, he wouldn't call the timeout. We're very hard on him, but we have to give credit where credit is due. This coach has really empowered his players, all of them. All right? That's why D'Angelo's coming out with the green light. That's why Dennis has came out and been effective for us. He's empowering even the role players, man. That's why Austin Reeves has flourished. That is the mark of a good coach. Okay, this is why when people give up on him, I say, still rooting for him. I hope he improves. I understand that he makes some questionable substitutions. I understand that at times his timeouts are very untimely, right? Like he waits too long. But if he can fix those things, he has the mark of a great coach because he is a player's coach, a true player's coach. We thought Luke Walton was going to be that. Negative. Thought Frank Vogel could command the locker room. Negative. This guy has the command, and he is a true player's coach, and he empowers them to be the best version of themselves. And that's what we've gotten with D'Angelo so far. That's what we've gotten with Jared Vanderbilt. That's what we've gotten with even Beasley. Even though he struggled, he's still empowered. So eventually he'll come out of the funk and have some big games. Got a lot of firepower here. That's what we've gotten from Dennis, from Austin Reeves, even Lonnie Walker when he plays. So, I think this is the type of coach a lot of players want to play for. This is why LeBron wanted him on board. And this is why I think we have to be a little bit patient with him, right? I still don't give him passes. I still call him out when he does bad. But he's a rookie coach. And let's watch as he grows with this team. And the future is very bright, man. He said, never been so exciting watching a game for a long time. Man, 2020 was the last time I was this excited. And we were around championship. So now that we're starting to think championship again, it has been phenomenal, man. It has been phenomenal to watch this team. You're absolutely right. But the championship, the 2020 team was the last team I was that excited about because I knew we had potential then. This team is younger, and we might have even more firepower than that team, right? Like I said, LeBron just tweeted out he loves his team. So do we, baby. So do we. LeBron and Laker Nation see eye to eye because this team is allowing you to take your time on the comeback, man. And when you do, you'll be ready and primed to take over because you still are the king, man. LeBron is still the king. Dev said Rob pulled off the greatest trade deadline of all time. Straight finessed them. Listen, this is the best trade the Lakers have had since that Pau Gasol trade. And only time will tell which one's better because obviously if we win multiple titles with this one will be better, right? But so far, the Pau Gasol one still wins because he was a megastar who fit in perfectly with Kobe and we won multiple titles. But time will tell which one was better. Right now, this has been the best trade since that trade. And that's all we can ask for, man. It's been a long time since we had a significant trade deadline like this one that not only set us up for now, but set us up for the future. And mind you, Jeannie and Rob got criticized because everybody thought they were lying, including me at the end, right? I gave in to all the haters that were saying, oh, and I was like, maybe they're right. We'll see. But the trade deadline proved otherwise. And I'm glad that my faith, even though it wavered a little bit at the end, it remained strong for the most part in this front office because they showed it to us before. And I knew it couldn't have been a fluke. There was no way that was a fluke, man. There's no way. Listen, Jeannie truly cares about her players. She truly cares about this franchise. She cares about the fans. She's one of the best in sports. And we got about time we start giving her flowers. And Rob, now you see why Kobe gave us the last gift that was Rob Pelinka before he passed and recommended him because this dude is a killer. He literally sat back in the wing and waited for the proper trade. And boy, did he get that. Boy, did he get that trade, right? My boy Jonathan said Golden State plays the Bucks, Suns, Dallas, the next 6 spots. We coming. And I told you guys, the schedule is very favorable to us. It's all about us taking care of business. These are some tough wins, man. Memphis was no joke. Golden State was no joke. That's 3 in a row that easily could have been losses that the Lakers battled through adversity, came back and won because we got some real killers, some cold-blooded ones. And boy, I know I can't be the only one that feels amazing to have D'Angelo back, man. I know you guys are over the moon. This guy's been phenomenal, man. Phenomenal. And he's only going to get better. He's 28. This is prime D'Lo playing like an all-star for your Lakers, the team that drafted him. It doesn't get any. You can't write a better Hollywood ending script than that. William Scott said Dennis came in the game leader in NBA closing offenses and free throws and a top 10 defensive closer. I'm telling you guys, this guy has really thrived under Darvin Ham. This is where we have to give Ham credit because he was not shit under Frank Vogel the first stint. We disliked him a lot. I wasn't even sure if it was cool to bring him back. But since he had such a phenomenal summer that he took the veterans minimum, we brought him back, and boy, has he paid off because he has helped us close this season. As you can see, my man William with the stats there, but I mean, it's very clear as day. Clear as day, man. Frank, he said, don't call it a comeback. That's right, man. That is right. Absolutely, man. Listen, man. LL Cool J in the house. You're absolutely right, man. Don't call it a comeback. D'Angelo Russell's been here for years, man. And again, it shows you that some players are made for the limelight and some are not. All right. Will the real Russell please stand up? We went from a brick Russell to a Swish Russell. I mean, talk about parallel universe in a different stratosphere, right? Isn't it crazy? Man, I never thought Danny Ainge would help us. You're absolutely right, Art Award. Thank you, Danny Ainge and the Wolves organization. They hooked us up with that trade. And I think it had a lot to do with Dwayne Wade. Remember the day before the trade happened, right? In the All-Star game, what went viral? The video of Jeannie Buss rubbing Dwayne Wade's shoulders. Now we know why. No, you sick-minded people, it wasn't that she was flirting. Clearly she was sweet talking him or getting on his good graces so that he can maybe have the general manager's ear and help us out with a trade. It was clearly something going on there. It's always something going on behind the scenes. Owners and fans and players and all these people, they don't just show up to games for no reason. Sometimes they show up on the road and stuff because they want to have business meetings, they want to have business dinners. Sometimes they want to just sometimes just fraternize and stuff, but for the most part, man, there's always something more than meets the eye. And I love it, man. I love it. I love what this Lakers organization has done. I love that we now have a bright future. This is why I kept telling people, I said, we messed up. We shouldn't have traded Brandon Ingram and all these guys and all this for AD. You guys sure about that? Because last I checked, we still have the best player. Last I checked, we still have a championship ring while others don't. And last I checked, all the haters that were saying we gave away our future, that were acting real dumb and immature and saying, I don't root for the Lakers no more. They were saying, I root for the Pelicans now. Where are y'all at now? All right. If you wasn't with us then, don't be with us now. That's all I got to say about that. Because let's be honest, man, this Laker team right here is going to be special for years to come. All right. Even Charles Barkley, the biggest Laker hater out there in social media, has admitted it. So, Dan, do you think Lonnie should take Beasley's minutes? If Beasley keeps playing like this, yes. Facts over feelings, remember? So, absolutely. Nice shirt, Dan. I bet Bron dancing somewhere. It's not a shirt, it's a hoodie, but I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Bareface Clothing for this one. It's a custom, man. It even has the DTLF on there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but yeah, it's badass, bro. Of course, check it out. Shout out to Bareface Clothing on Twitter, man. Follow them. Definitely check them out, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Means a lot. But yeah, listen, guys, this team is the real deal. How many of you guys are excited every game now? Like, it went from being depressed and expecting a loss to being excited and being over the moon, and all of a sudden we're expecting wins, man. We're expecting wins. He said he said we shouldn't forget about Kyrie and keep D'Lo, younger player, shooter, meaning Mamba. I don't think we can afford both, bro. Let me tell you this. We could either probably afford Kyrie, or if it's a signing trade with D'Lo, you might have to throw in Reeves or something like that. Unfortunately, I don't want to give up all that, man. This team is the future, right? This team is the future. And as much as I love Kyrie, he had his opportunity, man, in the offseason if he would have taken a pay cut, to sign with us. But that didn't happen, unfortunately. And sometimes things work for the better, right? Like, I remember that offseason we were trying to get Paul George. Aren't you glad we didn't do that? Talk about a zero playoff impact player, right? We were trying to pair up LeBron with Paul George. Thank God it didn't happen. His true nature was revealed with the Flippers, man. Thank God it didn't happen. That's one of the fakest dudes I've ever seen on the court. He said, shouts out to Rojas, number one Laker, Dan. Shout out to Rojas. I don't know who that is, but shout out to you, my brother. He said, Dan, are you wearing the Lucky Laker jacket for the Knicks game? No, I'll be saving the Lucky Laker jacket for playoff games, man. I've worn that thing, and I've worn it out to the point where I'm not sure if it's working anymore. So I will be saving it for playoff games, right? Because those are the ones we really, really need. Now, I get it. We need all these games, but I have trust enough in our team, man, to get stuff done. This team has grit. They got heart. They got passion. They got determination. They got killers. They got clutch players. They got star power. They got role player power. They got everything, bro. The last time I could see a team this close to perfection, again, there's no such thing as perfection, but this close to perfection, it's been a while. Been a long time. He said, he said, 3K Laker fans in here. Let's run up the likes. Yes, sir. Hit them likes, Laker family. It is truly appreciated. And real quick, shout out to my sponsor, Prize Picks, man. One of the best daily fantasy sports app out there, if not the best. Check it out, man. Promo code DTLF. 100% deposit match on your first time, guaranteed. Daniel said, first time we beat the Raptors since 2014. Wow, that's what's up. He said, DTLF, shout out to my bro, Aaron, man. Major shout out to Aaron, Daniel. That's what's up. That is a stat I was hearing on the TV. I forgot to mention it, so I'm glad you brought it up. That is crazy, man. That is crazy, for sure. Gary Trent Jr. had 0 points and was minus 27. Isn't that crazy, Angie? How sometimes players can't play under the limelight. It's tough to play in LA. You know, we got a tough crowd. You know what I'm saying? We listen. It takes a special player. It takes a D'Lo, Austin Reeves type player to perform under the bright lights that is LA. Not even a Hall of Famer like Russell Westbrook could do it. Think about that. A lot of pressure over here, but the biggest players, I love it because what does pressure make? You know, it turns players into diamonds, right? Diamonds in the rough. That's what they are, man. And you know, wouldn't want it any other way. If you're the real deal, the pressure is going to bring out the best out of you. If you're not the real deal, you're a fraud like Paul George, then the pressure will destroy you, right? So you wouldn't want to have it any other way. Kobe said it best, man. If they don't want to be here, they're not meant to be in LA. And D'Lo wants to be here, man. We know he never wanted to leave. We know he was upset that Magic Johnson traded him. We know that you know, he left at an immature point in his life, but sometimes life teaches you valuable, tough lessons, and then it sets you up for future success if you learn from those lessons. And that's exactly what D'Angelo did. I mean, he matured. He's a much different player now. He's a much different person now. You could just see it. I mean, this dude, man, he's got the purple and golden aura all around him. He's already become a fan favorite to a lot of fans, and it's a lovely thing, man. He said, wait, what? You read my comment wrong, Dan? LOL. I said forget about Kyrie. Man, he's already forgotten about, brother. He was forgotten about after the trade deadline, to be honest with you. Nobody has mentioned him except for a couple of fans. But I love Kyrie, but we got better fit now. We got a better fit. We got players that just, they go. They go what we're doing. We got floor spacing. We were struggling with floor spacing, guys, in the past. And for the past couple of years, as a matter of fact. Guess what? No mas. No mas. The Lakers were 13 for 30 from beyond the arc. Very good percentages. That's damn near 50. We were at 43%. Perfect. All right. We struggled with rebounding. No mas. We got size now. We struggled with rim protection. No mas. Anthony Davis has stepped up big time, partially, but so has Vanderbilt. We struggled with defense. No more. We're the #1 team in the NBA currently since the trade deadline. So we have addressed everything, you know, and I still got love for my guy Kyrie. I'm not going to slander him because he doesn't fit here anymore or because we rather keep the depth. You know, but he had his chance, man. Unfortunately, this summer, if he would have took a pay cut, he already lost a shit ton of money anyways. Took a pay cut 1 year, took the mid-level exception, and then came and signed the next year. He would have been a Laker for a long time. But hey, sometimes that opportunity only comes once, and sometimes it'll you know, show itself again. Like for Carmelo, he turned down a max contract from the Lakers, and he ended up with who? With the Knicks? No, who did he end up with? I forgot who he went to. But bottom line is he got a second opportunity down the stretch, right? And so maybe Kyrie gets an opportunity down the stretch, maybe when he's worth less. But for now, man, his spot is taken by one. His name is D'Angelo Russell. I'm very happy with him. And we got to keep Austin Reeves out of that too. So Rob did the right thing, man. Gilbert said, it's been an emotional roller coaster this season as a Laker fan. Time to purchase new Laker car flags. Yes, sir. Get them. Get them flags, brother. Listen, man. But isn't it worth it, man? This is why it's so beautiful being a team fan over a player fan, right? You go through this roller coaster, but when you finally start hitting a steady, you know, like when you just start hitting a steady high, it's just such an amazing, like, feeling. Like, it's so rewarding at the fact that you stayed, that you weren't like the other wishy-washy fans that you know, cut off their internet or their cable or whatever. You stayed loyal, and now you're reaping the rewards of staying loyal by getting a good team you can really get behind. I think that's worth more than, you know, a lot of player fans, once a player leaves, they leave and they suffer through whatever the future franchise goes through, right? But us team fans, we stay here, man, through the ups and downs, and it's just so rewarding to see, you know, the ups, especially when the downs. It's worth it, man. It's worth it in the end. He said LeBron is resting too. Perfect. Yes, sir. Not to mention, we still didn't have we didn't have Mo Bamba either, man. He said Shooter was splashing too. Shooter was splashing too. Yeah, Shooter was he's become one of the closers for sure. He said Dan Melo, Ibaka, Dinwiddie, Howard at the last roster spot. I'm open-minded at this point. I mean, we have the core players. Right now, we have the core players, but he said, DTF, did you see in the crowd, the seats were all filled up, baby? Per usual. That's a per usual thing, man. This isn't the Clippers, my boy. This is the Lakers. We always filled up, right? Even when we were struggling, we were filled up. So, and trust me, it's an expensive ticket, especially in this economy, but it's well worth it, man. It's going to a Laker game is no experience like it. It's the adult version of Disneyland. It's just such a magical place. I told my girl, when I die, bury me inside of crypto, man, underneath. You know what I'm saying? Find a way to do it. Please. That's the happiest place on earth for me. He said, my daughter's watching a show and we don't get a shout out. Of course you get a shout out. Maddie in Dallas. Of course, everybody gets a shout out. However, I can't always read everybody's comments, man. So that's it's not really, it's out of my control. But if I read it, you got the shout out. You and your daughter, man, definitely get a shout out. Everybody gets a shout out. He said, Vando made 2 threes. Imagine if he can develop a 3-point shot. Vando is a hybrid of, he said, Pippen and Rodman. I don't know about all that, but I do know that he reminds me a lot of Trevor Ariza. Trevor Ariza could definitely knock down them corner threes, and tonight he really reminded me of Trevor, just a jack of all trades, man. But you know what? If he ever develops into a Pippen Hall of Fame type player, even better, man. If he develops into a Dennis Rodman, even better, man. But I'm not going to put that much pressure on him. But I will say he reminds me a lot of Trevor Ariza, right? A very good player, man. Borderline all-star player who's a star in his role defensively. That's what he brings to this team. He is one of the anchors. The other one is Anthony Davis, and the other one is Austin Reeves, right? We have 3 anchors on this team defensively. And Dennis, when he really wants to play, he gets after it. Like when he picked up full court on Fred VanVleet and turned him over. Unfortunately, he didn't finish the layup, but it shows that when he wants to play defense, very capable. Rui has been solid for us. He's been phenomenal, man. Rui has been, yeah, man. Everybody we traded for has been great outside of the player that's not playing. Russell's shot looks effortless. He's always had a great shot, man, since we drafted him from Ohio State. That's why we got him so high. He has star player written all over him, and now he's starting to fulfill his destiny, right? He's already made, a couple of All-Stars, 1 or 2, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So this is a player who's always a borderline All-Star. He's always right there on the cusp. Right now, unfortunately, the West is stacked, so he doesn't officially make it, but I'll take the play. I'll take the play level, the All-Star play level, even if he doesn't get the accolades. Did I get the Pau Gasol jersey? Yes, I did, man. I was blessed with a Pau Gasol jersey. Absolutely. And I'm going to cherish it forever, man. Shout out to Mookie for that. Absolutely. He said, Dan, AD's 8 points proves even superstars have off games. LeBron, 1,100 plus straight games, double-digit scoring. He's different, man. LeBron's different. But, yeah, Anthony Davis has carried us so much that we're going to cut him some slack if he has an offensive game. Plus, let's give Toronto credit because they game planned completely for Anthony Davis and took him out of the game offensively, but he still found ways to make an impact. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Laker for life. That's what I'm saying. The real ones do not care about stats. He said, AD just said he doesn't care about stats. Who does? It's all about winning, man. That's what's going to make him spectacular. You think Pau Gasol cared about stats or winning, right? That's what made him elite as well when he was, in his prime with the Lakers. He said, I like to see Christie develop a bit more. He has some potential to be a solid role player. Me too, Andrew, but I'm not complaining because right now the rotations are on point. Like I said, after this trade, I'll say we don't have that many weak links on this team. We don't have anybody who, when they sub them in, I'm like, oh no, right? But it's all about rotations at this point. But I still love it, man. Rob Pelinka made the trades to make it easier for Darvin Ham. And remember, I told you guys in the offseason, I think it would be fair if Rob Pelinka traded away Westbrook so that we can get a clean slate for this brand new head coach, right? Right? He said, hey, Dan, can we sign back up big like Ibaka or Whiteside? Shout out from the Philippines. Jake, can we sign a big man? Of course we can. Will they? To be determined, right? Let's see. Let's see what they do. But listen, right now the Lakers are on the rise, man. We're on the rise in the standings, and we're coming for everybody's spot. Clippers better watch out because guess what? We're only 1 game back in the loss column and 3 games back in the win column. That could be made up quickly. They're going to start losing again. Dallas better watch out because we're only 1 game back in the loss column, 2 games back in the win column. Warriors as well, man. They've been struggling. They've lost 3 in a row. Timberwolves now lost 2 in a row. And guess who? Guess who has a 3-game win streak in the West, right? Only the Suns have a 4-game win streak and the Lakers have a 3. So, again, we keep trending up, man, and it shows the mark of a good team. Through injuries, we've played, man, and this team is really going to be a problem. Appreciate you, Rashawn. Thank you so much, brother. Climbing up. Wenyan Gabriel played well. Yes, he did. Well, again, this whole team, man. What I noticed is that right now we have the wrong starting lineup. I like Malik Beasley, but he's too streaky for me to start. That's why I'm starting either Lonnie Walker, but I prefer Austin Reeves. But I get it. If they start Lonnie, it'll be because Austin Reeves is just so good off the bench that when he enters the game, is just such a spark, right? So I'll understand it. But I still, like, if we're talking about skill-wise, Austin Reeves and D'Angelo, that backcourt is elite to me. All right, I'm talking defense and offense and just smart, heady players that are going to make things so much easier for both Anthony Davis and LeBron James and Vanderbilt to get easy buckets, right? Vanderbilt be getting some easy ones because he works hard. He gets second chance rebounds. He cuts without the basketball. That's how he's going to score most of his, right? But he's really out there for defense and rebounding purposes mainly. He said, if we lose Malik and he goes to a good team, I'll be mad. Well, look, Malik Beasley has the rest of the season to prove he's worth it because the team has a team option. 16 mil is a lot, right? However, they might keep him because we have his bird rights and we can pay over the cap to re-sign our own players, right? So it might just be a business decision not to lose him for nothing because it's not like we can use his money to go and sign a better player anyways. You understand what I'm saying? We're already close to over the cap in this offseason. You get what I'm saying? Danny, appreciate you, bro. He said, this game was so fun. Dan D'Lo had Staples rocking. Shades of his rookie and sophomore seasons, man. That's who he is. He's always been that guy. We've never questioned his skill set, only his maturity in the past with the whole snitching incident. But guess what? Everybody makes mistakes, and I've always said this about D'Angelo. You know, everybody deserves a second chance, especially young kids. You know, when you're young like that, you deserve a second chance. Let's not act like we didn't make tons of mistakes when we were young. So he's gotten that second chance, and Los Angeles love. That's the beautiful thing about being a Laker. The fans are so knowledgeable of the game, and they're so forgiving. Look, we forgave Dwight after, you know, the way he left us the first time. Came back, won a championship with us. We forgave Rondo after all the cheating his Celtics did versus us in the finals against Kobe when he was still alive, God rest his soul. He came to the Lakers, and he really bought into his organization, called us the best ever, even better than the Celtics, right? And he helped us win a championship. Now he's forever a Laker. And now, you know, the same thing with D'Angelo. We forgave him a long time ago, even before he was a Laker, right? And he comes back, and now you see how we embrace the young man who has now become a grown man. And it's just like poetry in motion at this point, man. Chief C said, thank you, Laker Nation. You had Chicago rooting for you tonight. He said the Bulls trying to get out of the trenches for the final run. That's what's up, bro. Hey, I'm glad we could assist anywhere. Hopefully you guys return the favor and lose to us twice when we face you in March 26th and March 29th. But hey, man, may the best team win. Lakers. And I look forward to that matchup. I appreciate you for coming on here, man. D'Lo always had a mature game, but he was still young back then. Exactly. It's a beautiful thing, baby. It's a beautiful thing. It's poetry in motion. It's meant to be. It's a Hollywood storybook ending, especially if he wins a title here. Oh, my God. Can you imagine? He's already one of the fan favorites. Can you imagine D'Lo helps us to a title here? How beloved he would be even more from Lakers Nation. Can you imagine if D'Lo and Anthony Davis carry this team into the future with Austin Reeves? I mean, I could see a lot of positive things moving forward, but I don't want to get carried away because situations always change and anything can happen. Still, he is the prodigal son. Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better, man. He said, I like Brown too. He reminds me of KCP. Hey, Troy Brown underratedly is worth way more. A lot of these guys are getting underpaid, to be honest with you, man. They really outplaying their contracts. Troy Brown is one of them, man. He said, do the worthy clap, DTLF. Oh, I did it. I did it when we came in here, man. But I did the DTLF clap. I never try to copy nobody. I get hyped, man. Listen, I get hyped as well. We all clap when we're excited. I mean, I was clapping at the damn game. I mean, but only Worthy can do the worthy clap for me because he's a legend, man. So I'll never try to steal his thing. For me, it's just I can't hold back my emotions, man. Y'all should have seen me at the game. I was yelling from the top stands and some. You know what's crazy? I was one of the leaders of the crowd because every time I would yell, like sometimes they would go quiet, right? Or you get tired of yelling, you start losing your voice. But sometimes I would start yelling defense, and the fans would just start, you know. and you hear all the sections. It kind of like it's a chain reaction all the way around. So it's really awesome, man. It's really awesome. Just very passionate, man. Very excited, guys. But anyways, this Laker team currently in the standings right now, as we speak. Right. Let me update it really quick. Let's see here. Final update of the night for the standings. Lakers are currently at ninth place. Right. We're half a game behind the Timberwolves for 8. We are a full game behind the Warriors for 7th. We're a full game behind the Mavericks for 6th. And we're 2 games behind the Clippers for number 5th spot. So if we climb, we could climb as high as number 5, man. And we're 1 game away from 500, which we haven't been all year. That's even big. That's even bigger. And guess who we got coming up? I'm not going to talk about it till pregame, but we got the New York Knickerbockers coming up, and they're a very tough team this season, man. Let me tell you something. Those Knicks, right? My second favorite franchise in the NBA, if I ever had one, because those fans are very, 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 very loyal, and they deserve all, because they've been loyal to that team. They deserve all the good stuff that's coming. I'm all about loyalty, so I respect game, recognized game. Those Knicks, we faced them on Sunday at 6 p.m. That's gonna be that might be the toughest game of the year, because they have won a lot more games, man, than they did in the past years combined. All right, we're talking about a team in the Knicks that is over, the 500 mark, over 10 games, I believe. Let me double check that. But I think they're over 500. Yep, they're 39-29. So 10 games over 500. They've lost 2 in a row. They face the Clippers tomorrow, right? And they're really hungry for a win. So I hope they get it versus the Clippers so that they can settle in a little bit versus us, and then we can, sneak up on them and destroy them, right? But I'm super hyped, man. And that's going to wrap it up for me, fam. I appreciate y'all so much, man. Lakers, take care of business. And y'all take care of me by, showing love as always, man. Thanks for all the super chats and likes. If you already haven't, please consider subscribing. And definitely check out my sponsorship Prize Picks, as they go hard, man, on daily fantasy. For sure, 100% deposit match with promo code DTLF. I appreciate y'all, fam. I know y'all going to be sleeping like a baby, because I sure as heck am as well. And I will see you guys real soon. Matter of fact, I might even do around the league tomorrow. I gotta set it up with the guys. A bunch of guys want to come on, so I got to figure out who's going to be on. But I appreciate y'all, man. We most likely will do that tomorrow. And I'll see you guys then, if so. All right. Have a great night. Signing off from the Batcave. I'll see you guys then. Peace.